Morality and ethical dilemmas are intertwined in the complex web of human decision-making. The choices we make and the principles that guide those choices are rooted in our moral compass. In this exploration, we delve into the intricate connection between morality and ethical dilemmas, seeking to understand how one shapes the other and the implications this has on our personal and societal values.
Before we dive in, if you find this content valuable, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below. It truly helps us grow. Now, let's get started.
Defining morality and ethical dilemmas. To embark on this journey, it is essential to establish a clear understanding of the terms at hand. Morality is a set of principles and values that dictate what is right and wrong, influencing our behavior and judgments. It often evolves from a blend of cultural, religious, and personal beliefs. These principles form the foundation of our character and shape our ethical decisions. Ethical dilemmas, on the other hand, occur when individuals are faced with a situation in which they must make a choice between two or more conflicting moral principles. These dilemmas challenge our understanding of right and wrong, often forcing us to weigh the consequences and the moral values that guide our actions. The role of morality in decision-making. Morality serves as the North Star guiding our decision-making process. It is the internal compass that directs us towards actions and choices that align with our deeply held values. Morality is not a static concept. It evolves over time and is influenced by various factors, such as culture, upbringing, religion, and personal experiences. In decision-making, moral principles shape our perspectives on what is just and fair. For example, the principle of honesty is often considered a moral virtue. When faced with an ethical dilemma, such as whether to be truthful about a mistake at work, an individual's moral compass, heavily influenced by the virtue of honesty, will guide them towards making the truthful choice. Ethical dilemmas as moral crossroads. Ethical dilemmas put our morality to the test. They present us with situations where there is no clear path that adheres to all of our moral principles. Instead, we must choose between values that are in conflict. These dilemmas often come in various forms, from professional decisions in the workplace to personal choices about life and death. Consider the classic ethical dilemma of the trolley problem. In this thought experiment, one must decide whether to pull a lever to divert a runaway trolley from a track with 5 people tied to it to another track with only 1 person tied to it. This scenario challenges individuals to weigh the moral principles of the sanctity of life and the greater good. Morality guides their choice, but it can be agonizing, as it pits two fundamental moral values against each other. The impact of cultural and societal morality. Cultural and societal norms play a significant role in shaping individual morality and, subsequently, how one approaches ethical dilemmas. Different cultures and societies have varying moral standards, and these standards can influence people's judgments and decisions. For example, consider the morality of euthanasia. In some societies, it may be seen as a compassionate act, aligning with the value of minimizing suffering. In others, it may be considered morally wrong, as it conflicts with the sanctity of life. When individuals from these different backgrounds encounter an ethical dilemma related to euthanasia, their moral inclinations will be heavily influenced by the societal norms and cultural values they have internalized. Moral relativism versus moral absolutism. The relationship between morality and ethical dilemmas is further complicated by the debate between moral relativism and moral absolutism. Moral relativism posits that what is morally right or wrong is contingent upon the context, culture, or individual perspective. In contrast, moral absolutism argues that there are universal moral principles that hold true regardless of context or cultural variations. Moral relativism can lead to different individuals making vastly different choices when confronted with the same ethical dilemma. This is because their moral judgments are heavily influenced by their unique perspectives and the moral relativism they subscribe to. On the other hand, moral absolutism seeks to provide a steadfast moral framework that guides decisions, even in complex ethical situations. The emotional aspect of ethical dilemmas. Emotions are an integral part of the relationship between morality and ethical dilemmas. Our emotional responses often accompany our moral judgments and can significantly impact our choices in these situations. Emotions such as guilt, empathy, fear, and compassion play a crucial role in influencing the decisions we make. For instance, when faced with the ethical dilemma of whether to blow the whistle on corporate misconduct at one's workplace, emotions like fear of retaliation and empathy for colleagues can complicate the decision-making process. Morality, in this case, must contend with the powerful influence of emotions. Personal and professional ethical dilemmas. Ethical dilemmas are not confined to one's personal life, they frequently permeate professional settings as well. In the workplace, employees and leaders often find themselves grappling with decisions that challenge their moral values. These dilemmas can range from issues of corporate ethics and responsibility to more personal matters, such as conflicts of interest. Take, for example, a corporate executive who becomes aware of unethical practices within their company. Their moral principles may guide them toward exposing these practices, but doing so might jeopardize their career and financial security. Here, personal morality intertwines with professional ethics, creating a complex ethical dilemma. Ethical frameworks and decision-making. To navigate the intricate relationship between morality and ethical dilemmas, individuals often turn to ethical frameworks. These frameworks provide structured guidelines for approaching complex ethical choices. Some common ethical frameworks include utilitarianism, deontology, virtue ethics, and the ethics of care. Utilitarianism, for instance, evaluates choices based on their overall utility and the greatest good for the greatest number. Deontology, on the other hand, emphasizes the importance of adhering to a set of moral principles or duties, regardless of consequences. These frameworks offer individuals a structured way to analyze and resolve ethical dilemmas in a manner that aligns with their moral principles. The consequences of ethical dilemmas. Ethical dilemmas, whether resolved in alignment with personal morality or not, have consequences. These consequences can be profound and far-reaching, affecting not only the individual facing the dilemma but also those connected to the situation. In cases where individuals make decisions that go against their moral principles due to external pressures or fear, they may experience feelings of guilt, regret, and moral distress. These emotional consequences can have a lasting impact on their well-being. Furthermore, ethical dilemmas can have broader societal consequences. Decisions made at the institutional or societal level can impact the lives of many. The choices of policymakers, for example, can affect entire populations, either positively or negatively, depending on how well they align with widely accepted moral values. The ever-evolving nature of morality. The connection between morality and ethical dilemmas is not static, it is ever-evolving. Morality adapts over time, often influenced by changes in societal norms, technological advancements, and cultural shifts. As society progresses, new ethical challenges emerge, leading to the re-evaluation of moral principles. In the digital age, for instance, issues related to online privacy and data security have given rise to novel ethical dilemmas. These dilemmas force individuals to reconsider their moral principles in light of the digital landscape, where issues like cyberbullying, surveillance, and data breaches raise complex moral questions.